What's up, my beautiful, glorious Dreamfasters? It is Danny Gallows, of course, who'd you think it was? And welcome to our brand new adventure in movie reviews. And so it begins. The great outdoors! Movie references! So guys, this past weekend I was able to get out and see Knock at the Cabin. And you know, I was really excited to see this film. Unlike most people out there, I'm actually a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan, you know, because not only has he made some very excellent films, but he's also incredibly imaginative. I mean, even though The Happening is a complete train wreck, I think we can all agree on that, I respect that insane creativity. I mean, that is one hell of a storyline, and that is exactly the reason that he stands out as a director. You always want to see an M. Night Shyamalan film for whatever reason, just because you know he's directing it. I mean, and his amazing twists, of course, right? So finally, after all of this time, here we are. M. Night has put out a brand new film and it looked absolutely fantastic. I remember when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I thought it was creepy, cool, unsettling. I'm like, yes, M. Night Shyamalan is back. This is going to be one hell of a movie. I mean, I was super stoked to see this. But unfortunately, I think M. Night kind of failed to deliver on this one, and it definitely sucks because the movie, it looked fantastic, but you know, after experiencing it, it wasn't that good, you know, and I think a lot of it has to do with our expectations, right? You know, we all expect a super unique movie with a nice twist at the end. That's the classic M. Night Shyamalan style. And the problem is this movie is just kind of, well, a regular film. And that's not to say that it's a terrible film or even a disappointing film. It's actually quite a good film. It's just that most of it is a bit generic and underwhelming, and that is very, very uncharacteristic for M. Night Shyamalan when you expect so much more out of it and you get kind of a cookie-cutter vanilla film. I will say, though, a huge positive for me in this movie was the acting. I mean, Dave Bautista gives us an absolutely captivating performance here, continuing to prove that he can do drama, you know? I mean, he is just an amazing, dramatic actor. He really is, and when he does roles like this, he just continues to build his resume, and I hope we see him in more roles like this in the future as well. And Rupert Grint is in this as well. I mean, he plays one of the strangers. Man, brilliant. Brilliant performance. He was great. Again, I hope we see him in more roles like this because he was perfect. And the little girl in this movie, I can't remember her name, the actress's name off the top of my head, but the little girl in this movie, wow. I mean, like, I haven't, you know, you don't usually see child actors that young pulling off performances like this. But there are a lot of moments throughout this film where she leaves you absolutely heart-wrenched and kind of speechless, really. Say what you will about M. Night Shyamalan, but the man is an actor's director. This dude knows how to show actors best performances, their absolute best performances in the perfect light and the perfect framing, perfect directing, perfect cinematography to pull these performances out of these characters and make them feel so visceral and so real, and it's just a trademark of his directing style, and it is awesome. Another wonderful aspect of this film is that it is terribly thought-provoking. All throughout the movie, too. I mean, it doesn't let up. You are pretty much sitting on your brain throughout this entire movie, trying to put yourself in these situations and figure out what you would want to do. And, you know, M. Night is presenting us with a metric ton of dark philosophy in this movie, and it is gripping. Very, very gripping. So if nothing else, the movie definitely makes you think. But unfortunately, that's about all I get out of it. Because at the end of the day, this film is just a simple kind of generic horror film. Meaning that anyone could have made this. And that is really, really disappointing. Because it's missing that M. Night Shyamalan magic. You know, there's no M. Night magic in this movie. It's like anyone could have made this horror film, and I don't want to feel like that when I see an M. Night movie, and that's why it's a little bit disappointing. Like I said, it's not a terrible film, it's just a little bit disappointing. And of course, what about the famous twist at the end of the movie? Well, it's kind of hard to talk about, obviously, because this is a non-spoiler review. But it's hard to dance around. But I'll just say that it's a quote-unquote twist. So there you go. So with all that said, what am I going to give Knock at the Cabin for an overall score? Well, we're gonna go with a blue belt. Yeah, guys, blue belt, that's about as far as I can get it. I was thinking about green belt, but I had to drop it a belt color just because I was so let down by the film. It's not a bad movie. It's just that I'm still waiting for the next Sixth Sense, the next Unbreakable, right? Where are these great M. Night movies? Signs, right? Where are these great M. Night movies, right? He has it in him to make these amazing films, but he just hasn't delivered with Knock at the Cabin. He just hasn't delivered with this film. So just because I was let down by it, I could only get it to a blue belt. But I mean, if this is your cup of tea, if this movie is something that you guys may enjoy, simple horror directed by M. Night Shyamalan, you might enjoy it. But, for me, this wasn't the next great film. Well, my friends, that's enough blathering from yours truly for right now. So now comes the best part of the video where I turn it over to all of you. Now is your chance to leave all of your thoughts, opinions, ideas, notions, whatever you want to, down below in the Great White Void. Have you guys seen Knock at the Cabin yet? And if so, let me know. What did you think? I look forward to reading through all of your comments as always. And, as always, until next we meet, take care, guys. For Thraw, for Jim, forever. And I'll see you guys back here for the next video very soon. Oh, crap.